Appreciate it. Well, my wife dragged me out to the Possum Lake Little Theater last night. They were doing Camelot, which is pretty smart of them to do, do a musical, because while you're sitting there thinking they can't sing, you forget they can't act either.
Oh, Camelot, I love that. Camelot, I know it may sound a bit bizarre.
You don't just sound bizarre, Harold, all right? But while I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, in a way, Possum Lodge is kind of our Camelot. And I'm thinking, wouldn't it be great to have a day where we all dress up as Knights of the Round Table and force people to become Christians and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah, because, they used to wear armor and stuff like that. They had, like chain mail, I got a chain letter once, but that's a lot different.
Just ignore him. It's not rude. It's saving his life. So stay tuned and watch a bunch of middle-aged guys recreate the Middle Ages.
If ever I would leave you...
Don't tease me, Harold. Explain this. We're going to be here all evening, so the heck with it. But we do have Edgar Montrose trying to hear while I try to listen. And I'm going to lay a little peace sign on good old Buzz Sherwood. Plus, I'm going to build a crossbow that'll put hair on your chest. Great news. Old Lady Beckman, who is the principal of the Possum Lake School, has offered us all her old sports equipment. Actually, she's kind of hoping to participate in our medieval day. She wants to play the part of Guinevere. She's a little light in the Gwynna, but she's very heavy on the veer.
Well, Uncle Red, I don't think that, use scholastic sports equipment is like the best idea to, represent the Middle Ages. Unless I'm missing something.
Well, you're going to be, Harold, all right? How about purple horses? Do you think we could use purple horses at all?
Purple horses?
Purple horses, Harold.
School board has purple horses?
Yes, sir.
Well, that'd explain the meat in the cafeteria. Pummel horses. That says pummel horses, Uncle Red.
Well, yeah, we could use that. What about this with the long pole vault thing and the padding? What's that?
Oh, no, parallel bars.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I sprain my armpits. I hate Jim.
Well, in keeping with our medieval times theme, Bill later on in the show is going to have a lesson on fencing. Kind of a delicate French kind of a thing, almost like a... Oh, very good. Almost like a ballet. Very, very, very dignified. Unfortunately, I'm not from France. Now, here we are with Buzz Sherwood, and we are all set to play the Possum Lodge word game.
Is this the part where I get to, fill up the shopping cart full of all kinds of stuff?
No. Today's grand prize, Buzz, is 3 bottles of Possum Hills drinking water and a pair of running shoes. So, Harold, just give me the word there. Don't look at this now, Buzz. I'll show the folks at home what it says. All right, now, Buzz, you got 30 seconds to say this word.
Okay, come on, man. Too many rules. Let's do it.
Harmony.
Bad music.
Tranquility.
Oh, hiding place.
Wow. No. War and...
Commission.
Commission.
The Warren Commission, man. It was such a crock. Oswald couldn't have been alone. The grassy knoll, the second gun.
I know. Huh? What is that? What is that?
2 beers.
No.
Closing time. Oh, and live long and prosper, Mr. Spock.
What does the minister say to you?
Oh, adultery is a sin.
He does. Remember about a month ago,
Yeah.
The cops pulled you over?
Yeah.
What did they say?
You can call flying your plane through a shopping mall freedom of expression, but around here we call that disturbing the peace.
That's the one. Life is like a river. It winds and ebbs and flows. It carries you along for quite a while. Then it shoots water up your nose. Life is like a river. Nothing scheduled, nothing planned. You cruise along as far as you can, and at the end, you're probably damned. Well, with the whole lodge into a Middle Ages frame of mind, as usual, I thought I would take this week's Handyman Corner and build something that's appropriate for the age of chivalry. Remember that television show, Robin Hood? Man, I love that. You know what I love the best? The way they would send messages through the woods by attaching them to an arrow and then shooting them, thwack, into a tree or a peasant's back. And I'm thinking, why don't we use that same technology to be able to send, say, packages and parcels through the woods? Sort of a courier du bois. If that makes you Blanche, then maybe you're a Blanche Dubois. Or a TV critic. All right, first thing you're going to need is a pole vault pole to use as your bow. Now, I got this from the Possum Lake School, But you can get one for free just by standing right next to the pole vault event itself, because as the guy goes over, he'll always let go of the pole, and you can just grab it there, and you'll be miles away by the time he comes to when he lands on the ground there, because the cushion got moved, you know, by somebody. Now, you're going to need some kind of a bowstring to go on this thing. You could use a rope or a garden hose or anything, but I suggest fan belts out of your car. Or better yet, fan belts out of your friends' cars. Sure, they're going to be a little bit ticked when they find out that the cars are boiling over all the time, but on the other hand, vehicles don't belong in the Middle Ages anyway. Except maybe Buster's Edsel. Now we're going to need an arrow for this whole rig. I suggest a shovel. Especially if you're going to be sending government documents. All right, now I know what you're thinking. How is one guy going to be able to work this huge bow and arrow and thing all by himself? Well, that's a little surprise I've been saving for you. I'm not just building a bow. I'm building a crossbow. All right, now, with the boat trailer, you get the perfect angle for launching. And with her mounted on wheels here, you have the full 390-degree range for aiming. All right, now what you do is get yourself a piece of rope like that, tie it to the bow line like I've done here, and then just hook your winch right on there and crank her back. There we go. All right, now we have to kind of adapt the handle of the shovel so that she'll hook onto the bow line. I'll just pull that out of there. No, I know. There we go. Now we got to attach something to the shovel to carry the parcels and what have you. Now, you could use a lunch pail. You could use a bread box. I prefer a bed pan. It's light, it's aerodynamic, and it prepares the receiver for bad news. No news is good news. All right, now, just gonna aim this up to Braxton's Marina there, and because I got this electronic ignition that I have to return or pay for it. All right, now, to send our package, all I have to do is cut the twine. And you know what you could do is tie a spool of thread onto the shovel there, and you could actually trace your package. So there we have it. The Possum Lake Medieval Courier Service, when it absolutely has to get there over water. Remember, if women don't find you handsome, and I'm guessing they don't, they should at least find you handy. 4. Sorry. Stay tuned. You want to be there when Ranger Gore discovers yet another phobia. Sometime soon, you guys will be out at a social function when right out of the blue, 1 or 2 younger women will start flirting with you. They'll pat you on your bald head, laugh at your corny jokes, maybe playfully sit in your lap, or get you out on the dance floor for a turn or two. Make you feel alive? Make you feel like a pistol again? Well, congratulations, you are now officially an old geezer. Yeah, you, I'm talking to you. Oh, yeah, that's the first sign of it right there. Those women are only fawning you because they think it's kind of cute to see someone your age doing the frug. I mean, think of who else was there that night, eh? Bunch of young guys with testosterone in their eyes and only one thing on their mind. Whereas you are old and fun and safe. But you know, it's not that bad being an old geezer, eh? Did you have fun? Sure you did. Did you enjoy being the center of attention? Sure you did. And today, while you're rubbing the liniment into your sore joints, you've still got the memory, and as long as you got the memory, remember, I'm pulling for you, because we're all in this together, you old geezer. Well, on behalf of our viewers and mankind in general, what the heck are you doing here, Ranger Gore?
Well, Red, here's my idea. After a rain, the fire danger is low, right?
Yes.
So I'm building a sprinkler system for the forest.
Oh, a sprinkler system in the forest, okay.
That's right. I mean, it's mandatory in most buildings, so why shouldn't it be in the forest, right? I mean, I'm drilling out these old branches to use as pipes to carry the water along, and I'm using these pine cones to use as sprinklers.
Gord, did you ever think that maybe there's a time limit, you know, on how long a person should be a forest ranger?
No, no way. Not for me, Red, because as Smokey the Bear once said, only you can prevent forest fires. In fact, he said that to me personally one day, and I remember the day like it was yesterday. I was downstairs in the basement in the rec room, and I turned on my 26-inch Admiral, and there was Smokey the Bear, looking me straight in the eye and said, only you can prevent forest fires. And I said, yes, sir. You know, it might have been a bit of a burden to lay on a 9-year-old, especially since I didn't want to prevent forest fires. Really, I wanted to study medicine. But when a bear looks at you straight in the eye and sends a personal message to you, you better darn well listen.
Gord, I think that's more of a slogan, actually.
Sorry, what?
A slogan. I mean, Smokey the Bear said only you can prevent forest fires in every commercial he ever did. You know, it was a thing he did, you know. It was his shtick.
So it wasn't just a personal message to me?
Oh, gosh, no. What? No, what?
All right.
What?
Could have studied medicine.
Yeah, all right. Oh, you know, Gord, wait a minute, come on back. I'm just thinking here, you know, think about it this way. You're saving a lot more lives as a forest ranger than you ever would have as a doctor.
But I haven't saved a single life here.
Yeah, but you're still ahead. Golly, this medieval day is turning into the most educational event we've ever had at Possum Lodge, which isn't all that hard, actually.
So where's your suit of armor?
Oh, no, the paint's just drying, Harold. Boy, those hockey pads really soak up the primer, I'll tell you that.
I hope the horses don't get hurt.
Oh, no, we're not using real horses, Harold. We bolted a couple of pommel horses to K-cars. Yeah, I suppose that, you know, ordinary horses were good enough for the Knights of the Round Table. We need a little more horsepower than that, you know. And the wives apparently are doing up a groaning board, but nobody knows what that is.
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, a groaning board. Oh, yeah, it's a groaning board. Sure, I know, yeah, a groaning board. It's a board, and it groans. And you got a groaning, and you got board. It's a groaning board.
As I say, nobody knows what that is. But we're all excited about it. I figure anything that uses food and involves the word groaning sounds pretty good to me. You know, it's amazing. I never thought history could be this exciting. I thought history was just a bunch of dead people.
Well, it's early yet.